30 Days by It's_Kingston on AO3. Episode 2, Chapter 1, Luce's First Day. Hey! Someone ran out of the gym behind Luce and patted her on the back. What'd you get? Mine's a 9. Luce turned around to see Boscha talking to her. I got a 9 too. Messed up that shot earlier, Luce said, holding out her paper. Boscha grabbed it and glanced over it before handing it back. I'm better at running through people than dodging them, so I didn't do good in agility. Boscha groaned, looking at the red marks on her agility section. She doesn't seem that bad. I wondered if we'll be friends, Luce thought. Hey, Boscha! A new voice called, causing both of them to turn around. Hey, Willow! Boscha waved at the approaching girl. Her shoulder-length hair was black, and a green streak through it matched her eyes. She wore black glasses that she pushed up as she ran over, almost dropping her textbook in the process. Oh, hey, Willow said to Luce. I'm Willow. Who are you? She asked. I'm Luce, she said, giving an awkward little wave. She's on the basketball team, too. She's hella quick, Boscha said, lightly bumping Luce with her shoulder. Thanks, Luce replied, smiling at the friendly gesture. Are you guys on a sports team? Oh, nah. I'm here getting my boundary degree, Willow explained, tapping at the cover of her textbooks. I only know Boscha because we went to the same school last year. Boscha hummed in agreement as they all began walking down the dorm. So, Luce, meet your roommate yet? Boscha asked as they navigated the halls, only getting lost twice as they went. Nope, but her stuff was in there before I could go to court, Luce replied. How about you? I'm with Flowers here, Boscha said, slinging an arm over Willow's shoulder. Sadly, I was put in the same room as her, Willow added, shaking her head as she slid out of Boscha's reach. The trio laughed as they turned into the dorm hallway. Boscha and Willow waved as they walked down to room 309. Luce unlocked her room, 302, and went in, the lights already on. Oh, hey! Luce greeted as she walked in and set her bottle down. Someone who Luce assumed was her roommate was unpacking a box as Luce came in. Hey, she said, not sparing Luce a glance. Silent type. Okay, Luce said, walking past with a shrug. Which bed do you want? Left side, the girl responded. Fine with me, Luce said, plopping onto the other bed. So, I'm Luce. Nice to meet you. The girl sighed and put down the box. She turned to Luce and brushed a hand of green hair away. Amity, she said coldly, sticking out her hand. Luce hesitantly shook it as she looked at the girl, her hair contrasting her piercings, golden eyes. A few strands hung down from her ponytail and swayed as she moved. Luce grabbed her bottle and took a sip, her throat suddenly dry. Amity was staring daggers at Luce as she silently sat there, unaware of what to do. Did you need something, or? Luce asked. Nothing, Amity said back, turning to her box. So, Luce said, standing up to start unpacking her own stuff. What are you here for? Degree or sports? I'm majoring in law, minoring in business, Amity answered blankly as she arranged stuff on her desk. I'm here on a scholarship playing basketball, Luce stated as she pulled something out of the box. I didn't ask, Amity replied. Oh, well, I thought we were sharing facts, Luce said back, rolling her eyes at the girl's attitude. Of course Amity wouldn't have cared less. She still wasn't paying attention to poor Luce. I have no interest in knowing about you. Whatever, Luce mumbled as she stood on her bed, hanging up something. She got down and backed up, admiring her work. Amity finally turned around, wanting to know what Luce had done. That's not straight, Amity said. No, it's a buy flag. I meant it's not leveled. Oh, Lou said, looking back up. It was, in fact, not hung up straight. A straight buy flag would be ironic. I'll leave it. Lou shrugged. Amity groaned. I don't want to deal with you for a whole year, she murmured. I think I'm pretty great to hang out with, Lou said back, taking some framed photos out of her box and placing them on the nightstand. You certainly not. Amity trailed off. What's your name? I just told you, Lou said, not sure if Amity was just messing with her or genuinely forgot. Luz no será. Want me to write it down for you? No, Amity said, glaring over at Luz. Whoa, calm down. Luz smirked. What was your name again? Amity Blight. I'll be surprised if you forget it, she said back, her confidence evident. And why's that? Luz said nonchalantly. Of course she knew why, and she honestly couldn't believe it. Blight Security was the largest home production business in the world. What were the odds that the owner's daughter would be here, in the same room, as Luz? Amity smirked. You look like you know why. Yeah, whatever, Blight-y, Luz teased, grinning at the girl. Amity spun around and walked over to Luz, getting right in her face. Luz realized how tall the girl was when standing face to face with her. Probably around 5'11", maybe 6 foot. Not much taller, but a noticeable amount. Don't call me that, Amity said harshly. Her intimidation attempt seemed to have the opposite effect, as it only edged Luz on. Okay, Blight-y, calm down. If you wanted a kiss, you just had to say so, Luz said, leaning back. Amity stepped back after realizing how little the distance between them, glaring angrily at Luz. Shut up, Nuceda, Amity said before walking out the door, shutting it with a slam. Bye, Blight-y, Luz called out, not getting a response. Guess she didn't want that kiss. Luz laughed as she continued to unpack. After a while, her boxes were emptied, and Amity still hadn't returned. I wonder what she's up to. Lux shook her head, trying to remove the thoughts of Amity. Luz pulled out her phone and checked the time. 6:24 p.m. What's the food situation in this place? Luz mumbled, standing up from her bed. She walked to what she assumed was a closet and opened the door, wanting to put her clothes away before leaving. Oh, this place is massive, Luz said as she peered into the closet. It was at least half as big as the room. Unsure of whether Amity wanted to choose which side she got first, Luz left her clothes folded in a box and ventured out into the wilds, aka the cafeteria. Please bear with me till I figure out the voices. I forgot what I wanted Amity's voice to be. I think it was like a higher pitch. I need to give her a more higher pitch. Entitled. I need to think entitled. I mean, obviously she's not entitled, but like she has that type of entitled voice. And then as her character develops, I'll take away the entitlement. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Just bear with me while I get voices sorted out. I think the only voice that's 100% sure, just like, yeah, no, that's the voice, is Willow. Willow's voice is the only one that I'm like, okay, yeah. Willow's just gonna get Uraraka. Breathy, not as breathy as Uraraka, but still very soft-spoken, like Uraraka, but not breathy like Uraraka. Does that make sense? There's a difference between Uraraka's tone. So her pitch is one thing, right? And then add a breathiness to it and a softness to it, right? A softness and then a breathiness. I will take away the breathiness and just leave the softness. Yes, baby? You want me to open the door? Yeah? Okay, I'll go ahead and open the door. Yes, I hear you. You're a diva. You know you can open it. Oh, well, it's fully closed. Never mind, you can't open that. You're not magic. You're not making it with magic. Did you just make me open the door just so you could look outside? I swear to God. You're an entitled brat. Entitled brat. Also, so far, Kingston, I'm really liking the story. It doesn't seem to be too OOC. And it doesn't, as I said, it doesn't seem to be too out of character and stuff. Obviously, it's not in part of what the the show was, but that's obvious. I mean, this is a quote unquote when they're older, without the events of what happened in, the show. But still when they're older from, the time that show progressed is in. Therefore, they would have different maturity levels. I think Luce would go from being an 100 to a 50. I could still see some of Luce's, silliness, and I could definitely see Luce's silliness translating to play flirting, right? It does get a little, that's where some people might say that's a little too OOC, but as someone who has a friend who used to be very goofy, and that goofiness, like, it's still there. Motherfucker's still a goofball. But it's slowly transformed into, like, playful flirting with people sometimes. It's very much a thing that can happen. It's a bandwagon that happens. Either your goofiness transforms into seriousness, still goofiness, but just toned down, or goofiness with a side of flirt. Yeah. There's whatever. Point taken is, it's believable. So do not worry. It's not like it's too OOC. It's not too, it's not too bad. So don't worry about that. So far, I'm really liking it, and I hope you guys, my raindrops, are also enjoying it. As always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.